Booze at 10 with Graham Whistler.
Oh, those entry titles make us seem so professional, doesn't it? But how wrong you are. Good evening, hello, welcome to another episode of Booze at 10 with me, Graham Whistler, the topical news show that takes the topical out of the news. And unlike the news, a panel of comedians just sit and get a bit drunk instead. There you go. But however, much like the news, we do still have the bongs. There you go. Never going to get tired of that. Going to do that every week. So in the news this week, Marcus Rashford's Twitter has blown the internet. Blown the internet, not blown the internet. Has blown up the internet. Brilliant. Rashford blows the internet. Good. That's exactly the start we wanted there. Marcus Rashford's Twitter has blown up the internet after his campaign to end child food poverty. After the Conservatives voted the service down. Well, the scheme down, which makes me think it's a little bit like the Conservatives have just kind of ghosted him, isn't it? You can imagine him texting the Conservatives back in the summer, going, "I've got this campaign. I think it'll be really good for children. It's got lots of support." They go, "Okay, great. Have an MBE." And it comes to October, and he's like, "What the fuck?" And then the Conservatives go, "Sorry, new phone. Who this?" It's basically what's happened there, isn't it? So it's come down now to a two-horse race, I think, between Marcus Rashford and Captain Tom for the Sports Personality of the Year 2020, but let's not make it an actual race because I feel like Captain Tom has done enough, hasn't he? There we go. As always, thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the show and you're enjoying the show, there is a link to the PayPal, which is paypal.me/gwhistlercomedy. This will help us, put some funds towards the show, upgrade our tech. There is a QR code there, which conveniently has covered my face. Thank you for that, Alex. At the very least, if not to support the acts that are on the show, and for later shows, it will cover my beers, which is always good. And as always, our producer will be popping up with Facebook comments and the like. So please get involved if you want to ask our panel anything. Here he is. The
Hello.
lean machine himself, Mr. Alex Lee. Good evening, sir. How are you? How you doing?
Good evening. I'm good. People are commenting already. So a couple of comments popping up on Facebook. Sam James just says, "Yo."
Perfect, yeah.
Yeah, great. And your hair colour matches the red of the branding there, Sam.
Yeah,
so,
I like that.
So good going. Good going.
We love a good colour scheme. I mean, that's perfect.
Absolutely. And Jacob Gillard has commented, "Late." Solely
I think. Well,
late.
I mean, he's just being a bit pedantic there, isn't he? Not that I should start arguing with people that haven't perhaps watched before. So, thank you for tuning in, Jacob. Love you lots.
We were 3 minutes late last week, Jacob, and most of the show got cut off. So this is a vast improvement.
This is a massive improvement for us. We are showbiz as fuck.
Yeah, you know
there you go. Yeah.
So as it is Booze at 10, we're going to continue with the drinking game. As
perfect. Yeah, I like that.
Last week, so we've got our trigger words, just like we did last time around. The first one. Is quite a common one, so this will probably pop up quite a lot in conversation. So if anyone says the word lockdown, that's lockdown, then you've got to do this.
Take a swig.
Sorry, why did you say that like it was a TV text competition? That's 0800 465. But like, why? Or PO Box Derby D. What? Like what? That was.
Don't forget to ask the bill payer's permission.
Yeah, there we go. I can do the rest of it in the voiceover voice if you like.
That's all right.
But too late. Well, I'm already leaned into the mic now.
Okay, fine. Yeah.
So the second one is going to be a slightly more demanding one. So the second one, when that gets said, it means that you have to finish your drinks. But last week it got said a bit too often. It slipped into conversation a bit too easily. So I've made it a bit harder.
Oh, giggity.
Yeah. So this week, the down it trigger phrase is, "Hello, is it me you're looking for?"
That was beautiful. Yeah,
Thank
well
you
done.
very much. Yeah. So if any of you say that at any point, you've then got to finish your drinks. You'll hear it.
Down it.
There we go.
Yeah, good. Right, we love a good running joke. Irony for those of you that know me. Anyway,
And me.
good.
So
Right, cool.
So you'll drag me back in at various points with viewer comments. So keep your comments coming in. I'm gonna disappear and then bring your guest in for this evening.
Yeah, absolutely. Right. See you in a bit, Alex. Right. Welcome to the show, Hetty Austin, Harry Waddington-Brown, and Sunjai Arif. Hello, guys. How you doing?
Oh,
Oh, let's do an awkward
it's not like we hadn't already spoken tonight, Graham. We did like our 15 minutes before this where, we spoke.
At least...
so nice to see you all for the first time this evening.
I was just excited.
Okay, we're all gonna be dicks about it then, are we? Good, right, okay, fine.
Yes,
okay.
yes, we are.
Good. Thank you very much for coming on. I appreciate it. Congratulations, Harry, for not saying the word cunt 4 seconds into the show.
Oh shit, yeah. Cunt!
So
hey.
I've won that particular game. Good.
Well, yeah,
so,
I wasn't here for in the first 30 seconds, was I? So that's kind of a null void bet.
Doesn't.
I'm not giving you that tenner.
I win. Doesn't matter. Right. Anyway, thank you so much, guys, for coming on to the show. How are you doing? You all good?
Was that just me that froze?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's just you.
I think that might be a common occurrence.
Okay, it's all right.
I got very cheap Wi-Fi.
No, it's
You
fine.
just got to really work on the resting bitch face to pause on that.
Well, I'll make sure. I'll just keep it up all the time. Well, I'm still here. I kind of just struggle to be still for this long, to be quite honest with you.
Right, ironically, my Wi-Fi is completely gone. So, so there we go.
Do you have a tally of viewers? Have they all left?
I have no idea. So there we go. So
I would not be surprised. They should be gone.
Yeah, they should be. Cool. So that's good, isn't it? So I'm now doing this entirely on data. Yes, the Wi-Fi's gone. So that's good. Right. Good job. I've got 40 gig of data, isn't it?
It's worth your data. 40 gig. Good.
Yeah, it'd be all right. Cool. So let's just crack on with the most important question then. What are we all drinking this evening? I'll start with Hetty first.
I have a gin, head with tonic, and what are the bitters called? Agnostura bitters. Is that the one? Yeah. Nice Brazilian gin.
That sounds very exotic. This is that's far too. I'm just drinking Thatcher's. I'm not sophisticated like that. That's not like that. Sunjai, what about you?
I haven't chosen yet. I've got some options. I could have gin, or I could have rum, or I could have what is that? A whiskey, or I could have creme caramel. Cinnamon. No, don't do that. Spice. That's awful.
So what you've done?
I got this beer. Have you gigged for James? Have you gigged for like Mad Squirrel Brewery?
No, not yet.
Oh, I'll give you the contact details. It's good. I've been saving it for so long.
Yeah, you got that when we gigged, and that was ages ago.
That was so long ago, wasn't it? Yeah. So
I never get the gig. I'm always driving.
I once did a gig for the Oxfridge. Oh, hello. Sorry. That's right. You can.
No, we're going to argue because I asked Hetty. I was like, Hetty, I'm gigging for a brewery. I want you to come. I'm going to get you a spot so you can drive, so I can drink. And then, like, when it came up to the gig, she was like, "Oh, should we drive 1 inch?" And I was like, "No, I want to drink." And
I want to.
Like, yeah, and I had to drive to one of them because Hetty bullied me, and they gave me a can, which was a couple of cans, a few cans. I got one left.
And I don't even drink that much, which is why it's more painful for you.
I was really annoyed. But I'm all right. I'm going to have this then. I'm going to have this first. It is a orange fruit IPA. I don't know if it's any good. Nice. It will be good. It's a nice brewery.
I did a gig years ago for the Ox Fringe. It was like a competition thing, and I come second, and it was sponsored by Hobgoblin. But rather than getting any Hobgoblin, I got a Hobgoblin bottle opener.
All right. I thought you were going to say they gave you Carling or something then.
No, didn't win any booze. Fuming.
Responsible drinking. Yeah, Hobgoblin used to do a few gigs, and they did a competition, didn't they? I think they only ever had one.
Yeah, this is how that's dating it a little bit. It was like 2012, so it was a long time.
They only had one winner, didn't they? Can you remember who it was? Was it Jenny Collier?
Yes, I
feel like it was. Ring her up.
But there you go. Harry, what are you drinking?
Well, do you know Stella is known as White Beater? It's that, right? But it's Polish. I don't know if you can see it, but there we go. It's exactly the same, but you beat white in Polish rather than English, so it's much nicer.
Makes perfect sense. You can't quite see it in the shot. I'm a little bit disappointed. Drinking out of a drinking horn, which I like a lot.
With the Mickey Mouse straw. Right, so basically, right, I've got a drinking horn. I love this drinking horn. But I have to use a straw because it's very impractical to drink out of, because if you drink out of it too quickly, which I normally do, it splashes up your nostrils. So I've got my little Mickey Mouse straw. So
great.
That is literally the story behind it.
However, it might also be. I'm going to have to shoehorn this whole story in for you, aren't I? However, Harry, isn't it quite difficult for you to hold it? Yeah, isn't it quite difficult for you to hold it and do other things at the same time? So, what have you done to help this? There we go.
Well, Graham, have you ever seen Grand Designs? So it's like living in a small. I can't remember the name of the show, but it's like the whole premise is it's like small living accommodations, but they have all these like wacky designs that make it look amazing, and that you get loads in. I've done something similar with my desk. I thought you were gonna what?
Oh no, it's like where they convert like a storage crate, isn't it? And
and they've somehow got like 4 beds and a swimming pool in there.
Yeah,
but yeah. So basically, what I've done, right? I don't know if you can see it, so I'm gonna have to come down with you. Right? I fucking put an hole in my desk for it, so it don't fall over. That way, with a very fucking impractical. How the fuck can you put this thing down? Look at it. So,
there you go.
Job done. Oh wait. The hole's not quite perfected yet. Right, there we go. Yes, that's. I say I did it, right? It was my housemate. I've got to give him credit because I'm a peasant and I don't own tools.
I just love the commitment to the show. The fact that you've just destroyed your own furniture just so you can drink. So I appreciate that.
Yeah, it'd be a very good way to down beer, so wouldn't it? Like literally just pour it through the hole and lay underneath.
Oh yeah, there you go.
For you just to lift up the table. It's a whole table with the drinking horn.
Mate, have you seen the colour of my hair? Do you really think I'm capable of lifting a table?
You can do it. We believe in you.
Yeah, I
got tangled in the shoelaces the other day.
Oh, I thought there was a story there, but never mind. All right.
No, there's not.
I'm gonna. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Do you know what? I'm gonna kick things off. How is everyone been? Brilliant, thank you. How has everyone been coping during lockdown? There we go.
Take a swig.
There we go. Yeah, good. So I was saying just before things started that I've got a couple of gigs coming up, but it's not great. Like the one on Sunday is just a 10-minute spot for which I'm not getting paid, and despite the fact that the entire audience is having a roast dinner, I'm also not getting any food. So yeah, comedy. I know it's outrageous, isn't it? But there you go. Have anyone got any gigs coming up? Anyone back on stage yet?
I think you offered me the first gig after lockdown. I say,
which just didn't happen, did it?
Yeah, and also the
Take a swig.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
There we go.
Oh, so we've all got to do it.
Yes, yeah. Oh, sorry, yeah.
It's stitch each
we
other
had
up.
like a 15-minute meeting before this where we discussed the rules.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I tuned out.
I tune out all the time.
Yeah,
I do that.
It's a bit of an oxymoron, but think of it as a socialist dictatorship. If that makes any sense.
No, it literally doesn't.
It just hurts my head.
In the Alex basically tells us all to drink, even though only one person might have said it. We all drink, basically.
Take a swig.
Together. Let's see.
Well, I might as well. I feel like I should.
Just one. I'll do it anyway. This is very delicious.
I just hate my life that much.
But yeah, there's a few gigs. I think maybe one a week, which is all right.
I mean, it's better than nothing,
it.
isn't it?
It is better than nothing. Yeah. Is it better than nothing?
Do you enjoy
Yes.
it?
No. I
Do you savour that 1 gig a week?
I do. I have been. Yeah. How about yourself?
I've only done one.
Do you think it's changed anything in the way you might approach the gig?
Good one though.
And I mean in the sense. Oh, hang on.
No, he's not frozen.
I haven't done Fat Fox in ages.
Oh, yeah.
Is it good?
It's really good.
Are you asking? It's good. It is good.
It's really good.
What's the next one coming? What car load? I will sort out. We'll talk off.
We've got Isle of Wight. That crazy destination is my next one.
Is it December or is it?
I've never gigged in the Isle of Wight.
Next week.
Have you not?
No, never.
I thought you would have.
No. Well, I keep asking various promoters, and I keep sort of telling them that I'm good, which I assume I am, and then nothing happens. So yeah, never.
I can't really think who is.
But yeah, do you think this has kind of changed the way you've approached gigs? Because there was a lot of gigs that were popping up that were outdoors and car parks and stuff like that. And say 8 months ago, we would all look at that and go, "No way am I doing like an outdoor gig in a car park or something like that." But a lot of people now are just kind of like, "Give me the gig." So do you think it's kind of has it changed your kind of stance on, or maybe your appreciation of it?
100%. I'm taking gigs that I would have turned down before. Like in a pub garden to 30 people. I'm just like, yeah, I'll do it.
He just stands outside my house.
Yeah, just keep trying to do stand up to people in the streets. Please listen to me. They never do.
Obviously, a lot of people have started doing like online content as well and things like that, and it's definitely growing. Obviously, Harry, you haven't done anything.
As a grower, I'm a grower, not a shower.
Right. Okay. Really good. So I was going to basically get you to talk about your unadulterated dad. Just sort of.
Yeah.
What do you think is different to that than conventional like stand up?
There's no fear of rejection.
That was a question. I didn't realize. I mean, it was pretty open. I didn't realize it was a yes or no question. But okay, fine.
Well, I neither said yes or no, but I was basically saying the biggest difference is there's no fear of rejection when you do it online.
Because you're getting no feedback.
Yeah, essentially. Well, you get feedback, but not on the same level. You're not getting some pissed up knobhead like trying to like start on you because apparently you play tennis, like what happened to Adam. But like, so you don't have to deal with any of that stuff. It's literally just a case of writing what you want to say and doing it. So it's much easier. Basically.
Yeah. Yeah.
I guess that's what
true.
like.
To be honest, I don't mind the aggressive hecklers. It's the ones that get involved in the show that think they're trying to help. Like those annoying.
You want to come to Portsmouth for that?
Like the whole of Portsmouth are all like.
Yeah.
Everyone in the audience
those kind of
wants to
hecklers
be your
annoy me
mate.
more than anyone else.
because you can, but then it turns nasty. You can't be really mean to them because they're so like well-spirited. I just want to join in. You got to tell them to shut up.
Yeah, and I'll be honest, I hate that so much. I hate it.
I hate nice audiences.
I think that's like one thing I struggle with, because I really struggle with like being nice to people for long periods of time.
Or short periods of time.
Yeah, just being nice in general. I was trying to make myself look like a better human, but apparently I can't do that. But like I like one that I've got like this crippling anxiety with stages. I don't like it. I don't like people looking at me. I don't like weirdly being the center of attention, even though I tend to make myself the center of attention. But the idea of being on the stage for me is just absolute hell, because that feedback is immediate and there, and I'm going to tell them they're cunts.
But that's my favourite bit about stand-up, and it seems to be yours, Graham, as well. I remember a particular story calling everyone cunts. Oh, but
brilliant! Yeah,
I like the instant feedback.
Feel free.
Yeah, I like the instant feedback. That's what I struggled with trying to do online. Is you don't get instant gratification of whether you're doing well or not.
Do you know it's funny you bring that up, actually, because that's the last time I actually had a drink before going on stage.
At the Dorset Cider Festival.
The Dorset Cider Festival, yeah, because that was.
I've heard this story.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Hetty, were you
it's
at
one of my favourite stories for you, Graham.
You've done the festival. Were you at the one with Graham? I can't remember.
I don't think so. No, I've only done the one.
No, this was like 2017.
No,
I didn't.
We did the second one, I think.
I got the cup somewhere in my kitchen. I won't get it.
So basically, Hetty, what happened is that me and Adam Money were booked to do part of this cider festival, and I remember that there were shows all day starting from 3:00, but there were different shows. You know, there was one in the early afternoon, one in the sort of middle, and one in the evening. And there was a bit of confusion where we thought we had to turn up at 3:00 for like the first show, but we went on until the last one.
All the acts showed up at 3:00.
Pretty much everyone turned up at 3, right? And he was doing these little vouchers for the stalls where you'd get like a free drink, and he did like a couple for each act, but a lot of people obviously had driven to the thing, so nobody was having them. So I kept going back to Jay and was like, give me a voucher. And I ended up closing like the last show, and which was 9:00, something like that. And I'd had maybe 9 or 10 pints of cider throughout the day,
like
one of which
like 7-8% stuff as well.
Yeah, proper rocket fuels. 1 pint of which Sanj made me down. I remember.
Did that? I mean, that sounds like me, but I don't remember.
Sounds so much like you.
It does sound like me.
It was actually.
I'm glad somebody did it. Started on it.
Yeah, it was in front of one of the stalls. There wasn't even at the tent. We were both getting a drink, and you were just like down it, and I just did for some reason.
Oh, was it because you ordered one and it was horrible? It was like you were like, "This is like petrol," and I was like, "Well, I just drink it quick then." So just down it and get a nice one.
Yeah.
At the stage, it sounded like a good idea.
Yeah, I mean that I was okay at that point, but yeah, I think after that was bad. And I mean, I've told people about this story, but genuinely, it's only from what you've told. It's from your account of what happened.
I want to hear what you remember.
It was tricky now because you told me what happened so many times. I don't know if I remember it or whether it's just from you telling me. But I'll tell you what I remember. I remember being on stage, and I remember moaning about having to pay £5 for the cup and throwing the cup into the audience.
Yeah,
I remember that. And then I remember trying to apologize to a woman and her daughter because a couple of hours earlier I'd sold them on the show when I was a little bit drunk, but I was still like, I was still personable and nice. So they were like, "Oh yeah, this guy's quite funny. We'll go and see the show." And by this point, I was absolutely wrecked. So I remember sort of doing my set and it not going well, and trying to apologize to them.
You definitely didn't apologize to anyone. You just. You just systematically, one by one, called everyone in the tent a cunt. People were laughing. And so then more people outside could hear the laughing. So then they were coming in, and as they were walking in the tent, you were just calling them, everyone that came in, a cunt.
Graham, I have never been more proud of you than I am in this moment.
And the tent got really packed as well. And some people didn't like it. They wanted to leave. So they actually crawled under the sides of the tent to get out and escape before he turned on them. That was amazing.
I do. I vaguely remember. I vaguely remember there being a dog as well.
Yeah, you called it a cunt.
Yeah.
Absolutely everyone.
Taking no prisoners. That's my boy.
There were still kids around.
To be fair, kids are cunts. They deserve it too. Yeah. I've got one.
Coincidentally, I haven't actually gigged for James since. So
really?
No surprise.
Well, he thought it was funny.
I've gigged with him. Since, but I haven't gigged for anything that he runs. Yeah,
that seems like such a surprise.
It might be linked, possibly.
Yeah,
but yeah, I haven't.
I got into a fight with a man at the cider festival.
Amazing. Tell us about that.
I love that. Yeah.
He was a cunt. You should have been there for him, because he came up to our friend Jake, didn't he, and said,
yes.
"I know people in the industry." What was it he said? He said something that we quoted. It was like
he was giving Jake tips, wasn't he?
He was giving him advice.
You know, when an audience comes up to you and not just giving you a joke, but trying to give you advice on how to succeed, and they know nothing.
Yeah. But he kept coming back to him, wasn't he? And it was getting more and more I just had enough. I just went and told him where to go.
Snapped on him. It was beautiful.
Just snapped. And I hadn't even drunk because I was the driver.
No.
In all fairness, the last pretty much every fight I ever get into is Graham's fault. So I don't really know why I'm here.
It was probably the leftover spirit of the previous year.
Yeah.
It's every year, 2015 onwards is just an absolute nightmare.
It's like cursed ground now. Where that comedy tent is. But you had a go. That really empowered you, telling that guy off. You shouted at that guy in the McDonald's car park.
You did.
You shouted at your neighbour the next day for parking too close to you. It was beautiful. It was like Hetty rage.
I saw it in the paper. She even stabbed a cat for shitting on the garden.
Done. Did it.
Shouting at Ben.
Yeah. It's I've had enough of you.
My favourite thing to say is, you don't expect this from me, but I'm giving it to you. That's exactly word for word what I told my neighbour.
I say something very similar.
That's amazing.
There you go, have that.
I love that.
I love it. There's something very Bill Cosby about
that. Right,
yeah.
You are wearing a Bill Cosby jumper as well, Hetty. That's a proper.
Oh, that is very Cosby.
I feel like I need to leave.
It's a lovely jumper.
It's a lovely autumnal assault jumper.
If you're a 90s rapist,
I never turn on you. I'm too scared.
Or 80s for that matter, or 70s for that matter.
Yeah.
Any decade really of the last 40 years.
Oh my god!
Decades in the rape business.
Being pulled apart.
It's a nice jumper. I like it.
Yeah, that is what you get for wearing a jumper.
It's not going to sound sincere now. I can't do anything about it.
No,
I like it. It's a nice jumper.
I'm just going to check in with Alex. Have we had any viewer comments?
Yeah, quite a lot, although a lot of them have got bored because it's nearly half an hour since the show started. Right, so we've got Andrew White. We need more Hettys in the world doing that to twats at gigs.
Yeah,
so thank you, Andrew.
Yeah. It was beautiful.
Emily Marie. Emily Marie, I can't stop wanting that unicorn.
Yeah.
It's a nice unicorn.
It's special.
It is a very nice uniform. Graham, do you know somebody called Mike Slate?
Yeah.
Cool. Yep. Well, his one early comment is Graham.
Okay. Yeah. Cheers.
So
Mike.
thanks for that, Mike. Thanks.
Thank you for contributing.
Danica McLeish. Nice one, Hetty, for saving Sanj from alcoholism.
Thanks, Danica.
Also, early on in the show, quite a lot of people went mad for the creme caramel choice. So that did
I'll do it next.
The votes.
Okay.
Yes, that should be your next one.
Yeah, it's awful.
Good
it
mix.
tastes like cheesecake.
It looks beautiful.
Joe was backing us up with one of the comments from earlier on that just said, "I thought it started dead on time. Maybe Jacob didn't put his clock back." So
he's just slightly retarded.
Yeah, well, either way, you're being owned there, Jacob. Either way, you're being owned. And Danica also went on to do a couple more comments. She's also put, lockdown.
Take a swig.
I mean, does that count? Yeah, all right.
Does it count as a swig if I'm using a straw?
Thanks, Danica.
Stitch just right up.
Good.
I think we should get the audience to do a little vote as to how Cosby is that jumper from 1 to 10. 1 being not so Cosby, and 10 being very Cosby.
If you check in with me in about 10 minutes, we'll see what the vote is.
That'd be great.
I think it's a bit too geometric for Cosby.
Hetty, I apologise sincerely for everything that's just happened. This is not what I intended. It was meant to be an innocent joke about a rapist.
Oh God.
Oh no, I'm trying not to laugh, so I'm not complacent in this.
Does that help? I've done the thing where I've kept my pajamas on at the bottom, but I've got Christmas pajamas on. Does that help?
It does.
Does that help me get the look?
I've lost my Mickey Mouse straw in my drink, and I don't know what to do about it.
Okay, fine. Just because I'm feeling a little bit left out with my alcoholism on stage. So has anyone been? Well, has anyone done the same as me? Has anyone been a bit too drunk on stage, or anything like? Anyone got any similar sort of stories, or even just getting hammered after a gig would be a good. I mean, because that happens to be a lot.
I've kind of got a story. I once got arrested on top of a phone box of singing "Sweet Home Alabama" at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Okay, yeah,
doesn't really count, but that phone box was my stage for like 4 minutes until I got arrested.
I mean, it's a beautiful thing, though. I remember.
It wasn't. You've heard me speak. Do you think I can sing?
I was trying to be nice, Harry. All right.
Yeah, well done.
I don't take this the wrong way, Sunjai, but I feel like you must have a story about being a bit drunk on stage. Possibly
I used to do a bit, which I have retired, where I would try. I would drink 5 cans of beer in 5 minutes on stage, and because it was like a party trick at uni, where I drink 5 cans of beer, and I was like, oh, that'd be really funny on stage. I'll do it. And the first time I did it, it took me 20 minutes, and I was only booked for a 5-minute slot, and the audience would not let me leave the stage until I'd drunk them all. And like the MC was trying to kick me off, and they were just like, "No!" They were like so feral. They would not let me leave till I drank them all. It's so bubbly.
Amazing.
Beer is so bubbly. So yeah, I had to retire that one, but that's
amazing.
I've still got a 6-pack of beer like in my, because sometimes I don't know if you know, like I've done all sorts of stuff. I do prop stuff sometimes, and I've got like a little prop area, and I've still got 5 cans of beer there. A 6-pack of beer to do that. I might do it one day. See, I'll do it one of James's gigs, and then see if he asks.
In all fairness, I reckon I'd smash it because I've already done like 3.5 beers, like sat here chatting shit.
It sounds easy, but like after the second can, the burp is a whole minute. Like it's
in all
really
fairness,
hard to fit them all in.
I'm 6'3" and fat as fuck. I can down anything.
I mean, do we put it to the test?
Should we put it to, I think we should put it to test.
Okay, I've got a full can.
Down it.
Booze at 10, championing, binge drinking.
I've got time a thing.
There's sort of in the corner. So are we doing 1 or 5? I've lost.
I think he was going for 5 in 5 minutes. First one, that was like 15 seconds.
I've only got 4, and now I've got none.
Have a little rest before the next one.
Oh, just excuses.
I've got none left.
Oh,
no, it's drunk.
It's not worked out.
See, do you know what he's done there? He's done that on purpose, like to say, "Oh, look at me! I'm going to be I can do it easy," knowing that he's only got 1 left. So now he can't. No,
it is like I kind of regret it because in a minute, if it's not actually over by 40 minutes, you're all coming for a piss with me.
Have you not got?
Right. That's yeah.
So I regret doing this. No, I was going to try nurse. I've got my daughter tomorrow, so I was literally going to nurse Fald, and that'll be it. But now I've kind of like fucked them.
I think, to be fair, Sans, you're the only one that's come along to this, and I appreciate the effort, but you're the only one that's come along to this with an entire alcohol cupboard, just right next to you. Just
it's all like dregs of stuff that we haven't drunk. I assume this creme caramel is absolutely rank. It smells like
it's
I want you to
cheesecake.
have it.
It tastes like cheesecake, and it smells like
it smells like it's what it smells
down it.
It's only like 20%. You'll be fine.
Yeah, it's not that bad. It's not. Yeah, it's
sugar
not. It's
for
not
the rest
45.
of it. It's just the diabetes that gets you.
Yeah,
Alex, you're a terrible influence.
Probably have some medication. Actually, I forgot to have it. That'd be fine. I washed down my diabetes medication with a beer.
That seems sensible.
It's the best way to do it. Yeah.
Speaking of diabetes, I found a stout in Tesco the other day that was a chocolate and marshmallow stout.
Graham, let's not talk about that.
Oh yeah, I got Harry to share some with me on Sunday.
It was not good.
I mean, it smelled nice, but it was
tasted like dick and balls in that order.
Brewdog,
so it's like if you was going to go from the gooch upwards, it's awful.
And if
that sounds
said gooch was covered in marshmallows.
No, I mean like my gooch to like penis tip, and I sweat profusely.
Okay, I really didn't. Right.
I'm trying to make it as disgusting as possible to prove a point of how bad it was.
Looks like she's genuinely about to be sick. I apologise.
No, I think Sandra's made me do a worse thing, which was the vodka and pickled onion shots.
Delicious.
Goodness me!
It's lovely.
What
it's a real drink. It's a real drink. It was invented by an old Russian fishwife.
There is
your nickname for me.
Sandra, you are a wrong-un. That is no.
I mean, I don't want to turn this into attack Hetty, but like, could the viewers?
No, if anything, it's going to attack us.
On how much Hetty looks like an old Russian fishwife. There's a video. Hetty did a song for Eurovision. It's so good. What was the song? What was the song called? Was it Pastry for Everybody?
Yeah, for Andrew White.
Amazing.
So the only thing I can say here. Everybody. So the only thing I can really say here is quite offensive.
Yeah,
so I apologise in advance. What?
Oh, no,
I thought you knew it. I thought you were going to sing it.
No. So basically, right, that entire sentence.
It's gone. Pastry for everybody, quiche. Come have a piece.
It's good.
Let's get obese. Pastry for everybody. It's a great song. Like, I'm not doing it justice. You Google it and you listen to it. It's good. It's an earworm. My kids love it. They sing it every day. It's brilliant.
Okay. Can we find that on YouTube anywhere?
You can find that on YouTube.
Yeah, I think it's on. It might be on Andrew's. I don't know if I've uploaded it on YouTube. It's definitely on my Instagram. Be on there, Hetty Austin UK. Be on there somewhere.
Hetty Austin UK on
I'll
Instagram.
just come round to your house and recite it. You call me an old fishwife, and I realise that I have got a snood on, like an old.
Exactly. That's what I mean. It's not even an insult.
No, it's just my casual look.
Casual look.
I must point out, I've not booted Harry out. His connection's clearly died. I just wanted to. I've tried to full screen him. So we could take a screenshot of that really unfortunate pause face that he left.
He said, "No offense, Hetty," and then paused. No,
yeah.
I think he had to run to the toilet.
I think even StreamYard was like, "No, that's enough of Harry." That's what happened there. But, Alex, has anyone been in touch with regards to the jumper?
Andrew White was back on. Just say briefly, pastry for everyone.
Pastry for everybody.
Yeah. There we go. And by the sounds of things, he is finding out the link. And if you pop that up in the comments, Andrew, we'll get that up on screen. And by the looks of things, he's managed to get himself back in. So I'm going to disappear.
Oh.
Hi guys.
There you go.
Yeah, so what happened my Wi-Fi's gone as well. So I think there's there's a BH issue going on here.
It must be.
Go around everyone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not me, I'm swimming in Wi-Fi.
Are you sure? I thought you had quite slow Wi-Fi.
I'm quite slow.
Yeah. It's terrible. I work in a call centre and my Wi-Fi is terrible for it. I pretend that I care. No, I don't.
Yeah, absolutely. That's pretty much the job description of call centre staff, isn't it? I'm working in retail and I hate it. On the basis that I get dumb things like this all the time, where like someone's wearing a face mask, right? And sometimes it's muffled and you can't really hear them. And I'll say something, and then they'll do this, and they'll go, "Sorry, what did you say?" And I'm like, "How? Why are you lowering your face? That's not going to make it like. I didn't realize you had your face mask over your ears. How has that made any difference? It's not going to change."
What type of retail is it?
I work for a telecoms company. I work in a phone shop.
Tesco Mobile. Tesco Mobile.
I mean, if you say it's fine. Yeah.
No. Okay. Well, that's where.
Oh yeah, we're not allowed to say
Tower Park. He doesn't like his manager. He said she's a bitch.
Oh, I'm going to need to go back into a lockdown.
Yeah, probably. Right. So, do you know earlier when I said
is that me you're looking for?
Oh, I got to pour a drink. I'm going to go for the creme. Yeah.
Down it. Down.
So do you know earlier when I said if it passed the 40-minute mark, that I'm probably going to have to take it for a piss?
Yeah, fine. Thank you very much. No, thank you very much for coming to the show. Alex is putting him out. Love it.
Well, no, I didn't. He binned himself out. This is he's trying to get back in, and I'm so aware of the euphemism. I'm not letting him. I'm not letting him. I'm keeping him in the holding pen.
It's nearly time. Yeah, perfect. It's nearly time to end the show anyway. So, if we got any final viewer comments to work with, anything?
Well. I'm aware that I said to Andrew, put the link up in the comments, and we'll get it on. So he has put the link up, but nobody can actually then click it. If anyone's watching this, just make a note of all that. We'll wait.
They can if they rewatch the video on Facebook, they can click on the link there, can't they? Because the comments.
Find it on my Instagram. Find me.
Yes, there you go. Everyone should follow all of us on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, all that stuff.
Just an update on Harry. All I can see is what I'm presuming is his bathroom ceiling. So he's rested his phone, what looks like on the cistern. So that's what we're looking at now. I'm not going to run any risks.
Yeah.
No, absolutely.
Ironically, he's been the most Bill Cosby out of all of us this evening. So,
I mean, it's just true to form. It's just the kind of guy he is. Is he done yet or not?
No, just still the ceiling. Still the ceiling.
Right. Okay, fine.
I think now would be a good time for the various plugs.
Yeah, absolutely. So you guys, Sunjay and Hetty, are doing a podcast, right?
We have a podcast.
We watch Disney movies and then review them. Like, it sounds awful, and it is, but like
that's the key point.
That's the key point. One of us two is a big Disney fan, and the other one didn't grow up with Disney, didn't watch any. Their parents didn't show it to them. Like, you'd think, like, which do you think is which?
I'm well, judging by what you said before the show, I think that Sanj is the Disney fan. It's got to be.
Yeah, that.
He's the only person that's ever watched Oliver and Company.
Yeah, see, I don't. Just explain the premise to Oliver and Company to people watching, because
Oliver and Company, okay, it's a Disney cartoon, right? It's Oliver and Twist with dogs.
Oliver Twist with dogs.
There's the sales pitch there. Like, check it out.
Who's the singers in it? Because they've got famous people in it, haven't they?
Oh, I can't remember now.
For that one song.
Why should I worry? It's a good song. It's a good song.
Sanj made me watch it, and I questioned our friendship. And this was even after the pickled onions and vodka.
See, look, Andrew loves Oliver and Company.
Yeah, of course, Andrew's seen it.
It's a good movie.
It's a terrible concept, and it shouldn't be allowed to exist.
It's an amazing
like all of us.
That was it. That was the pitch. The writers, they went into the Disney and they just went, we want to do Oliver Twist with dogs, and they went, yes, and that was it. That was all they needed to get it made, and it's fantastic. Listen to the podcast.
Billy Joel.
Billy Joel's in it. There you go.
It was good.
Still better than Frozen 2, though. I'll give it that.
Awful.
I've not even seen Frozen 1.
That's terrible. Garbage. Frozen 1's brilliant, but Frozen 2 is
garbage.
I also feel offended because Adam aligned me with Bill Cosby because I tried taking you to the bathroom to have a good time. I'm not that type of bathroom.
Do you mean
Alex? Oh yeah, they're both the same. They're both middle-aged and hate me.
Alex, Liam, and Adam Money are definitely not the same, but fine.
Yeah. I don't see any similarities there.
You've got very similar names, okay? And I'm autistic. That is my only excuse
for everything.
Yeah, well, it works normally.
This whole thing has been a hate crime. One big.
Yeah, exactly.
Crime. I mean,
on a normal white man.
In Harry's defense, I've always believed that if you have the opportunity to play the card, then you should, and which is what it's the mantra for which I've lived my life.
To be fair, I only found out I was autistic when I was this year. So Graham's been teaching me for this moment until this happened. So now I'm taking full advantage of it.
Take advantage. I know
how. Yes. Honestly, within 2 weeks, I got DLA thanks to Graham, and I can't thank him enough. His TED Talks are incredible.
This also never happened. Anyone watching from the DWP?
It did. Good. Investigate him.
Right. Cool. So we've covered quite a lot tonight. I think this has been chaotic and interesting at the same time.
What did you expect when you had me on?
It's pretty much what I expected, to be fair. Shame about the Wi-Fi, but never mind. These sort of things happen. Thank you very much, guys, for coming on. I really appreciate it. Next week, who's on next week? I can't remember who's on next week. Doesn't matter. I'll figure that out. Cool. So
next week is next week's problem.
Next week is next week's problem. Future Graham's problem.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Why should I worry?
Why should I exactly? Yeah. I mean, I've still got another beer left, so yeah, whatever. Thank you very much for everyone that's commented and got involved and watching stuff like that. Again, if you'd like to donate to the show and help us keep things running, and also to go towards the acts that have been on tonight, at the very least, as I say, to pay for my beers would be.
I got to buy some more creme caramel, nearly.
It's £4. No, it's £4 a bottle, and it tells us how much it costs.
Yeah, so one donation is going to keep me in liquor.
Yeah,
and you'll also get 2 packs of bourbons at the same time.
Oh, wonderful!
Wait, okay.
Not that I know Aldi prices, but I do know Aldi prices because look at me, of course I know Aldi prices.
He frequently frequents Aldi.
There's the PayPal link there. Cool. Right. Thank you for getting in the way of the admin. That was helpful.
No one likes admin.
No one likes the admin.
Graham likes admin.
Yeah. Well, I mean, let's not go into that story.
I'm not going to go into that story, no, man.
No.
That's not the best heckle you've ever received. You like admin.
There's a whole backstory. Yeah. That one was for Graham.
No.
I mean, is there time?
No, I can't. Right, even I have a limit. I can't do it.
We shouldn't have brought this up.
We'll do it in the green room and then
this is one of the green room story. This is one of those to the grave stories. So
just like Graham Silver.
Anyway. Right, shut up, Harry. We need to finish. Thank you very much, everyone that's watched. I really appreciate it. Same time next week across Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. This has been Booze at 10. All the best. Thank you very much. Good night.
Love you all. Bye.